Hello students. In this session we will discuss about oxidation of ketones. Oxidation of ketones. Ketones do not easily undergo oxidation. They undergo oxidation only under drastic conditions involving powerful oxidizing agents. Okay, ketones do not undergo they undergo oxidation only under a drastic condition involving powerful oxidizing agent. Drastic condition means here you have to use high temperature, high pressure, and even you have to use catalyst also. When ketones are refluxed with, for example, here when ketones are represented by this, ketones are refluxed with alkaline KMnO4 reflux with alkaline KMnO4 or acidified potassium dichromate or concentrated nitric acid. Concentrated nitric acid gives carboxylic acids containing less number of carbon atoms or COOH, R dash COOH. You are going to get the carboxylic acid containing less number of carbon atoms than the original ketone. This is carboxylic acid. This is another molecule of carboxylic acid. Now let us see one example. When acetone, when acetone is oxidized using concentrated nitric acid, ethanoic acid is formed. Now let's discuss this reaction. Acetone CH3COCH3 CH3CO CH3. This is acetone. Undergoes oxidation in the presence of concentrated nitric acid, concentrated HNO3. Just reflux it. You are going to get acetic acid CH3COOH, acetic acid plus carbon dioxide plus a molecule of water. Here the carboxylic acid which is formed during this oxidation contains one carbon atom less than that of corresponding ketone. Acetone contains 3 carbon atoms, acetic acid contains 2 carbon atoms. So ketones subjected to oxidation, they form carboxylic acid with the fewer number or less number of carbon atoms. Here we have to make one note. During oxidation of unsymmetrical ketones, the carbon-carbon bond breaks such that C double bond O group remains with smaller alkyl group. This is known as Popoff's rule. Popoff's rule. This is additional information. During oxidation of unsymmetrical ketones, the carbon-carbon bond breaks such that C double bond O group remains with smaller alkyl group. This is known as Popoff's rule. Now we will illustrate Popoff's rule. This is additional information and you are not going to get such type of rule in the annual examination. Now illustrate this by taking 2-pentanone, which is unsymmetrical ketone. 2-pentanone plus nascent oxygen. The oxidation of 2-pentanone. First, this is case A, and this is, let this case be B. In this first case, cleavage takes place here. This is unsymmetrical ketone. Here you are having 3 carbon atoms, here only 1 carbon atom. So cleavage takes place here, and we will end with the carboxylic acid containing 3 carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3. Here you are having the carboxylic acid containing 2 carbon atoms. Okay. According to this Puffoff's rule, carbonyl group remains with smaller alkyl group. So this is the major product. Propanoic acid is the major product. Propanoic acid. Propanoic acid is the major product. And in second case, cleavage or breaking takes place here, and you are having the carboxylic acid containing 1 carbon atom. This is formic acid. Formic acid. On the other side, 1, 2, 3, 4. You should have 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms. So this is butanoic acid. Butanoic acid. So according to Puffoff's rule, this is the minor product. This is acetic acid. In this way, you can illustrate Puffoff's rule. During the oxidation of unsymmetrical ketone, the carbonyl carbon atom remains with the smaller alkyl group. So that is the reason why this is the major product. Now we'll discuss haloform reaction. Aldehydes and ketones having at least one methyl group linked to carbonyl carbon atom, that is called methyl ketone, react with halogen in alkaline medium to form carboxylic acid and haloform. Here the acid formed contains one carbon atom less than original aldehyde or ketone. This reaction is known as haloform reaction. Aldehydes and ketones having at least one methyl group linked to carbonyl carbon atom like this. They react with halogen in alkaline medium to form carboxylic acid and haloform. Here this acid form, during this reaction acid is formed. Acid form contains one carbon atom less than that of original aldehyde or ketone. Now let us see the general reaction, then followed by one example. First, a ketone reacts with halogen. You are going to get C. This H is replaced by XO. CX3 CX3 COR plus 3HX. In second step, CX3 COR plus NaOH. We are going to get CHX3. This is haloform. CHX3 plus salt of sodium salt of carboxylic acid, RCOONA. During this reaction, the halo acid is formed and you are having sodium hydroxide. Neutralization of this sodium hydroxide and halo acids takes place. You have to write neutralization reaction. HX plus NaOH, you are going to get NaX plus H2O. As the acid formed during the reaction is consumed, so here you are having 3 molecules of HX. So to cancel this, you have to multiply this equation by 3. Multiply this equation by 3, then add all these reactions. HX gets cancelled. Okay, then we can write the final product sum, all these reactions as well as product. CH3CO, C double bond OR, CH3 C double bond O R plus 3X2 plus 4 NaOH. Here 3 plus 1, 4 NaOH, and CH3 we have to cancel this also. Here multiplied, this is multiplied 3 plus 1, 4 NaOH, and in the product side we are going to get CHX3, this is halo form, plus RCOONA, RCOONA plus 3NaX plus 3H2O. This is general reaction for haloform reaction. This CHX3 is nothing but haloform. Now let us see the example by taking acetaldehyde as the starting aldehyde. Example, acetaldehyde reacts with iodine and sodium hydroxide to form sodium formate and yellow crystals of iodoform. This first reaction, acetaldehyde reacts with iodine, CH3CHO plus 3I2 gives Ci3CHO plus 3HI. In the second reaction, the Ci3CHO reacts with sodium hydroxide to form iodoform. In the third step, this acid form, hydroiodic acid form, reacts with or neutralized by sodium hydroxide. Multiply third equation by 3 and add all these reactions. Here 3HI are there. To cancel this 3HI, you have to multiply this by 3. So this gets cancelled. Then these two reactants as well as product gets cancelled. Now nothing. So just now add all the 3 equations. Will get final equation which results in the formation of iodoform. Yes, this is iodoform. In general, it is called as haloform. This is acetaldehyde. Acetaldehyde reacts with iodine and sodium hydroxide. You are going to get iodoform, and in this case, this is sodium formate, sodium salt of carboxylic acid, sodium formate, salt of formic acid. This reaction is known as haloform reaction. This reaction is known as haloform reaction. This reaction is known as haloform reaction. This is acetaldehyde, iodine, sodium hydroxide. Oh. Hello students, in this session we will discuss the reaction of aldehydes and ketones due to presence or absence of alpha hydrogen. Now let us discuss the reactions of aldehydes and ketones due to presence of alpha hydrogen atom. If aldehydes and ketones containing alpha hydrogen atom In the presence of dilute, sodium hydroxide undergoes self-condensation, giving beta hydroxyaldehyde or beta hydroxy ketone. This reaction is known as aldol condensation. First we'll write this reaction, afterwards we'll discuss it. Aldol condensation. Aldehydes are ketones containing alpha hydrogen atoms in the presence of dilute sodium hydroxide undergo self-condensation, giving beta hydroxyaldehydes, beta hydroxyaldehydes. These are also called as aldol or beta hydroxy ketones. These are known as ketol. These are aldol and these are ketol respectively. This is known as aldol reaction. On heating, the aldol and ketol lose a molecule of water to give alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compounds, and which are aldol condensation products, and the reaction is called as aldol condensation reaction. Which are aldol condensation products? And the reaction is called aldol condensation. You will write general reaction RCH2 C double bond OH. This is one molecule of aldehyde, and this is alpha carbon atom. It contains hydrogen atoms. This is carbon atom which is attached to carbonyl carbon atom is called as alpha carbon atom. It contains hydrogen. Hence, when it is treated with the dilute alkali or sodium hydroxide or even barium hydroxide, it undergoes aldol condensation. This is aldol. Aldehydes which contain alpha hydrogen atom and treated with dilute alkali, two molecules undergo self-condensation. The movement of electron takes place here to this oxygen, then hydrogen of another molecule adds to this oxygen to give a group that is OH. Then this carbon atom of the second molecule of aldehyde adds to carbonyl carbon atom to give the product that is known as aldol, which on heating loses a molecule of water like this. OH is eliminated, or it goes out along with the bonded pair of electrons. Then this carbon hydrogen bond is added to carbon carbon bond. You are going to get a double bond over here. H comes out as H plus and OH minus. It eliminates in the form of molecule of water, and you are going to get alpha beta, double bond between alpha and beta carbon atom. So this is also known as alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound. It is also known as aldol condensation product. Now we'll discuss examples of aldol condensation. When ethanol CH3CH or acetaldehyde is treated with dilute sodium hydroxide solution, gives 3-hydroxybutanol, which on heating gives crotonaldehyde. Acetaldehyde 2CH3CHO, two molecules of acetaldehyde are this also known as ethanol. Acetaldehyde or ethanol treated with the dilute sodium hydroxide solution, you are going to get aldol CH3 CHOH, CH2, CHO. This is aldol. 3-hydroxybutanol, 3-hydroxybutanol. This is carbon atom number 1, this is 2, this is 3 and 4. So 3-hydroxybutanol. First carbon atom is aldehyde group. So 3-hydroxybutanol, this is also known as aldol. On heating, it loses a molecule of water and you are going to get unsaturated compound, alpha beta unsaturated compound, CH3, CH double bond CH, CHO. Name of this compound is crotonaldehyde. Crotonaldehyde. This is but-2-enol. This is aldol condensation product. Second example, by taking acetone, we can write. Next example, propanone, 2 molecules of propanone reacts with undergo self condensation in the presence of barium hydroxide. Movement of takes place like this. This movement of electron takes place to this oxygen atom. Hydrogen is added to this oxygen atom. Then carbonyl carbon atom gets this carbon atom. So you are going to get an ketol CH3 COH, CH3, CH2CO, CH3, CH2, CO, CH3. This is ketol. Name of the ketol is 4-hydroxy 4-hydroxy 4-methyl 1 2 3 4 5 pentane 2-one. This is ketol. On heating, it loses a molecule of water. On heating, it loses a molecule of water and you are going to get aldol condensation product. Aldol condensation product. The name of this compound is 4-methyl 4-methyl pent 1 2 3 4 5 pent 1 2 3 3-ene 2-one. This is IUPAC name of aldol condensation product. Now we'll discuss cross aldol condensation. First, let us discuss what is the meaning of cross aldol condensation. When aldol condensation is carried out between two different aldehydes or ketones, it is called cross aldol condensation. If both of them contain alpha hydrogen atoms, it gives a mixture of 4 products. Now let us discuss. As an example, the aldol condensation between acetaldehyde and propanaldehyde. Here acetaldehyde and propanaldehyde both contain alpha hydrogen atoms. Hence we can get 4 different products. Now let us discuss the formation of 4 different products. Here the formula of acetaldehyde is CH3CHO. This is CH3CHO. Formula of propanaldehyde is CH3CH2CHO. This also contains alpha hydrogen atom. This also contain alpha hydrogen atom. Hence we can expect cross aldol condensation. In first case, we'll discuss aldol condensation between the molecules of acetaldehyde only. In second case, the aldol condensation between the molecules of only propanaldehyde. In third case, but first let us take acetaldehyde, second compound as propanaldehyde. In fourth case, propanaldehyde is the first compound and acetaldehyde is the second compound. Okay, let us write all the four reactions now. Acetaldehyde on aldol condensation gives but2-enol. Here the same molecules undergo aldol condensation. In case 2, we'll consider propanaldehyde. Case 2, only the molecules of propanaldehyde undergoes aldol condensation. Two molecules of propanaldehyde undergoes aldol condensation to give 2-methyl pent-2-enol. In these two cases, same molecules take part in aldol condensation. In case 3, we'll take different molecules. First we'll take acetaldehyde, second we'll take propanaldehyde. In fourth case, we'll take propanaldehyde first, then acetaldehyde. We'll write the reactions now. This is the third case in which acetaldehyde reacts with propanaldehyde gives 2-methyl but2-enol. Next, case 4. In case 4, propanaldehyde reacts with acetaldehyde in the presence of sodium hydroxide, undergoes aldol condensation to give pent-2-enol. In this way, we are going to get 4 different products. This particular reaction is known as cross aldol condensation. Cross aldol condensation.